HE400i. Now, I reviewed the 400s, and from what I recall, there was no box, and again, the guy could have just not given it to me, but I'm showing this coming out of the box because the 400i's here are packaged as if they cost $1,000. Like, I'm not a big unboxing experience guy. I don't really care. And the videos online are like, look, it's like pretend you got a toy like I did. But, yeah, wire adapter. And then you're presented with this. And it's just, oh, they sort of stick. Oh, God, yeah. The original 400s, much like these 500s, were, and I'll use these as an example, they were rough and tumble, and there was this big metal bar that looked unfinished, and this weird socket and plastic things, and a solid, like, and now HiFiMan has, like, said, screw that, we're going to step our game up way high and do this to it. This is Fidelio X2 Challenger for build quality. This hinge here, this hinge that pivots this, which should finally pivots, that didn't pivot, is one of the highest quality pivots I've ever seen on a headphone. Just ever. It's just absolutely smooth and silky and quiet. The cups are mirrored, like mirror finish, like you could probably see me in them. Standard back, like they always have on HiFiMan's, labeled. It's got this very, very fat head strap that you need to take off your head to adjust it, because it's like that's a hell of a click, ladies and gentlemen. That is probably the least self-adjusting headphones ever. I mean, you got to get these off, figure out where you need to be, and then put them back on your head. Now, the pads it comes with are the Focus pads. I don't know if they're Focus A's, but they're definitely the newer. Actually, these are, I have the Focus pads on my 300s, which aren't here, and these look thicker. These might be completely new for this line. Now, this isn't padded much. I mean, this has got like a piece of tissue paper in it, and it's very soft. But what it doesn't do, I'll get on right into comfort right now. Let me move this amazing box. Look at the little leather strap that says HiFiMan. It's a shame no one puts headphones back in boxes, ever. Once you buy them, this is just storage. It just goes away. You could use it for something else. Please do. They're light. Way lighter than the original 400s, and those 500s are just like a brick on your head. But we'll get to the 500s. Stop looking at them, all right? Don't judge these against those. These are their own headphones. They deserve, you know, a running. So some of the best built, quality designed headphones a long time. Like a long time. Like these are definitely, oh, $500 headphones? Yeah, okay. I could definitely see that being the case. Comfort-wise, pads are good. You could actually get your ear mostly in here. I wish they were slightly more oval, and you could sort of like do that until they are. But they're a light clamp. They're a really light clamp. And the only thing I have a problem with comfort-wise is this headband here. Because as big as it is, humans' heads are not forward-facing cylinders. So really, you're only going to have a very thin band of this touching the top of your head, and that gets annoying. If it was a little bit more padded, or this was even like sort of bent this way, this would be a better headband. So that's really the only complaint I have as far as build or comfort, is this could really use sort of like that shape. You know, bend it this way and this way. I don't know how easy that would be. Or maybe just make this a stretchier material so that it could concave to the head. It has, again, HiFiMan has stuck to its guns on every headphone but their most expensive headphone with the stupid F connector. That's right, just like your cable box has. Only little and tiny and fragile. So When you go to use these, it's a process of, like, you gotta get, let me get this over here for you. It's in, and then it's too close to the cup to, like, just spin. I mean, you can try to do it, but what you have to do is you have to hold the nut from spinning, rotate the wire this way, and then let it spin, and then hold and rotate and let it, it's real. Oh yeah, Hi-Fi Man, you need to stop this bullshit. They've got a $3,000 pair of HE1000s out there. You know what kind of connection it uses? Standard 3.5 millimeter. So they've determined if you, the people who want to wear a Hi-Fi Man headphone, want to wear a Hi-Fi Man headphone that has normal connectors, $3,000 is your budget. Now, I will say this. Compared to the wire that came off of at least my 300s and the one that came by default with those 500s, which was, you remember the worst wire? It's around here. I don't want to look at it. This wire is really, really, really rather nice. It's short. I wouldn't expect it to be like, I think we're looking at 6 feet here. Let me do the standard measure against my table. Nope, it's 5 feet. So, again, when I think headphone cable at 5 foot, I'm thinking portable use. And then you look at the end and it's a fucking right angle, and you're like, is this for portable use? You just look at the box and everything, and you look at, like, these are quite open, like all the way. So why are we going with a 5 foot cable? I'm usually like, oh, I don't like long cables. I like 2 cables, honestly, if you can provide 2. And so now it's got a right angle, so that just ruins every time you plug it into any sort of desktop amp. It's just, you know, that's great for a portable player. Why are we doing this for a desktop amp? Is they just trying to push Best in the Verse's profits through the roof? Because this is great cable. I love how long these separated connectors are, because that means when you turn your head, it doesn't like drag the middle around. It just sort of, you have plenty of room to move around, and it's really high quality fabric, although it's a little kinky. It's just, I don't know if it's right for a desktop. I think this should be a straight connector, and it should be probably like 8 feet long for desktop use. Because again, if you have it plugged in here and you move your chair back, you're getting real close to yanking these F connectors sideways, and then you're gonna have a long crying session, and then learn how to solder and take apart your headphones. Haven't talked about sound at all. The original 400s were some of the most impressive immediate headphones I've ever worn. I mean, I just wore them around. I was like, hey, put these on. I was putting them on people. And that immediate insanity is not in these. It's in these, because they're the old system and they weigh 1,000,000 pounds, but these have been designed with actual, I don't know, they feel like they've been designed to compete with headphones that are not boring. I don't want to say boring, but a little more neutral. Like, you could put this next to my 600s and then say, which one do you prefer? And it would be an argument. The 600s, I own them. I own the 600s. They were good enough for me to own. And these are a lot more money, but I'd consider it because they use planars. If you don't know what you're looking at here, this is not a standard cone like that where it's in your ear and it just moves and things. No. It's a metal. I'll try to describe this to you in the most explain like I'm 5 manner. It's like 2 alternating radiators of metal that are very small, close together, and they put power into one, and they just shake together, and it squeezes air between some very thin fins, and the air shoots in both directions, and it sounds just crazy. Because of that design, just like that's one of those in the Mad Dogs, by the way, or the Alpha Dog Primes. That's the exact same style of driver where it just vibrates metal and squeezes air in between cavities, and that allows these headphones to have the planar sound. And the planar sound is not easy to get on anything but planars. And the planar sound is usually very expensive, except when you get to hi-fi mins. I don't even count Mad Dogs as the planar sound because they're closed, and those are like a rare, like white kangaroo with antlers. That's just leave the Mad Dogs and the Fostex drivers all over there. Because this is what you really expect when you say, I want the planar sound. You want the openest open that's ever opened the open. And these are almost there. Hold on. Yeah. There's definitely a muffling going on when I put them on. There's a slight just, bring it down. These have no effect. I watched Top Gear. We'll get to those. We'll get to those and how open those are and how insane those are later. Stay away, currently. Although those are only like $100 more than these. And all the flaws of those might outweigh the benefits of these. Although they're definitely not built as well. Those, there. I gotta stop doing this. Alright, battery died. I've calmed down. Sound. Planar sound. Now, neutrality is, I think, what they aimed for, and they pretty much nailed it. The low end on these is just planar low end. Not overbearing, just all the way down, real low, like 10 hertz. So you get this immense sound stage because they're so open, almost as open as those. And the mid-range is just sweet as a kitten. I know that's a weird description that no other reviewer will tell you. But it's just good. And then the highs, now the highs in the 400s, the standard 400s, were sort of like right in your goddamn earballs. And people were like modding them and trying to make that go away, and you don't have to on these. It's just clean. Clean is the word for these headphones as far as sound. I'm looking for some clean headphones that aren't exaggeratory in any way. They're not like, oh, these are bass. Like the X2s were bass cans. They had that low end. That was their trademark. And if you get anything Beyerdynamic, the highs, the shrill screeching highs, or even my loved Audio-Technica Airline, those have highs. They're focused on highs. And the X2s are focused on lows. And the, what other headphones are focused on? Well, the original four were focused on like low end. And these are the planar equivalent of HD 600s. Would I replace my 600 with these? If you just had them both on the table and said, here, pick one, no charge. No. Because as comfortable as these are, and they are very much more comfortable than the originals, they're still not as comfortable as the 600s. And frankly, those are just more neutral. If those are 100% neutral, these are like 92% neutral. If that's some sort of weird, arbitrary number we're looking at. So, as far as power requirements, they are pretty damn efficient for planars. I had these running off of my laptop, straight into my laptop, no DAC. I had my Audio Engine D1, and I'm like, let's see how they do here. And they run off my portable. So again, we're back to the portable issue. Are these portable headphones? I mean, hell yes, you could be seen in them, but then when you get that like metal bar that straightens out and flies above your head, you look like a tool. You're looking like a tool with these. We got about 15 seconds before this battery dies again. 82,000Xs versus these. I'd probably still take my 82,000Xs, although these would be a real close contender. And 600s over these. I'd still take the 600s. And yeah, these are just really good headphones. I don't need a pair with the short wire. I just don't need them. But man, they are quality. And there you go. Most quality headphones I've reviewed in a while. Long while. Long while.